Mr. Lynch, nice. Only nice. Vabbè. Good morning. Listen, simple. 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 Dai. Buonanotte, amicizia. November 12, 2025 minutes. Wednesday in Naples, vediamo. Sì, mi sono fatto lì clear. So lì clear scannazione in genere. Stasera, also yesterday, man was clear, but at the moment when I filmed it was mostly cloudy, so I see that was cloudy. However, I see to you that still in other hours next the reports, but it was clear with the beautiful blue skies and conversation, so it was important for me to do the thing. And it also seems still now. It's early afternoon, it's noon and 41 minutes. 64 and 45 degrees Celsius, it's the standard in these days and it's hours. Yes, was considered in Ibira. And this means that it's really soft, like in this Ibira, is for soft, it's classical, it's for the autumn, to spring Ibira. It's a star also for your second, because yes, because I consider that John last June 17th and 4 years, so that really for the summer we passed the 4 years with the airports, perhaps someone followed me. The summer I think nobody. Also the fact that a few weeks ago, at some weeks ago, we entered in the autumn now also for the autumn. In fact, there are 4 years with the airports, obviously not for the other 2 seasons. Winter and spring, as in that case, there are still 3 years where perhaps someone knows, remember, il Capori was nobody was changing, suppose indeed. I'm sure, twice said the amazing for him. At the society center with some proposal, fact that we should touch me, it's better not perhaps a paradox for me, and I didn't do collaboration. Also for the autumn, for the winter, spring, summer, this fact for winter, so it's cold. For the summer, spring, one second, it's soft. For the summer, it's hot. So notice in general, all the seasons, virus, classic tragedy. As I got the at least for me, was nothing was in a absolutely in complaint. But surely in this case, in spirit, in fact, because considering 2 reasons, for 2 reasons. The first one consists in passage from the summer to the autumn, the second one consists in last definitive change of the temporal degrees up to the next 7 weeks, so yes, more or less. And well, in fact, the air became completely changed and pleasant, or if not pleasant, surely good. And when the area means the same temperature degrees, so the sum of all these things makes the conditional situation pretty pleasant, or if not pleasant, repeat good, but what is at least for me, also for people, from it I think not because feel cold, from another I think yes or no, this depends on them. In general for me it was good, and if it's also added that last yes 10 days I think it's also slightly cold, obviously very good to the half of November and also to December, so it's also right this thing from a certain point of view. Instead of what has got to sort of genere, I say for sure, the same thing is just for the gift, it's really beautiful. Or at least it is, can be free as a mushroom sensor. In Gary afternoon, I think that the temperature is, I repeat, as I just before, 645 Fahrenheit Celsius. But the important atmosphere, let's achieve it. Just before today, yeah, it's beautiful. And even if it's not totally visible, still being the reports of it come out. So in fact, now I see 3 things when the moment when it came out. The first one is that now I'll sing for the same Neapolitan classical song, but an extract from it the song Sole Mio, because this thing is becoming a bit of a man during last summer, as rap someone remember, follow with me, in past summer, in Cowboy. So, mandato solo, chiudo solo mia, sta fronte a te, solo mia, sta fronte a te, sta fronte a me, sta fronte a te. Yes, because of the chanson, this is a continuing fact that the sun and the sun that came out really not only beautiful, but indeed a sublime and such an really elegant sense. And second and third thing is the fact that it's impossible when a beautiful lyric is possible not to kiss. This is a shine, so I kiss it. Oh yes, didn't know it's in the video. Change hours of 18 days ago, probably last Saturday, between last Saturday and Sunday of October, an hour before, you know, also fact that it's really been announced, now we have the sun in the sky for another 4 hours and 4 hours and a few minutes, in general 4 hours, more or less in comparison with the infants, è completely fresh rule. Well, so, mi dico, quindi non mi ultimo no. Well, so, mi dico, quindi the new white curtain with the green flowers mixed between plants, long flowers mixed between the plants. Since last November 1, it was the birthday of the previous curtain, the great beautiful gay with the beautiful painted branches. And for other information, to deep in this thing, in case you see, yes, the words I wrote in one of the comments under the video. And now there is this. I don't know if you can really dice it well from this shot near me. I think yes. The flowers. If not, even better from this other shot. Or also from a classic shot, it's similar to the shot film more than 3 seconds from previous repeated very good and beautiful temperatures, and it is lead with this effect now I see now that but when there isn't the regular shooter, also when there is, but more when there is because the FX measure. Now I'll see you read a little picture sentence that I use always for the curtain, and also this case I use once again that is it, but also and always better visible, but also and always better visible for me. It's entirety. Here in this shot. Let's see once again shot. As I got in the show to but to say case I also read the similar special sentence for the curtain. I repeat this is I repeat once again, but also and always better visible for me. It's until in this shot at once again a shot. And finally, run with the calculator checks coming 40 PG 65 also this is the main shot. Questi molti people of love di forza si capite in categoria solo bene mi sta solo me self posso biscuit and finally I hope you will get breakfast today it's late in general so nice if no 4 hours so can say maximum also slightly late maximum Also slightly late, fact when they say alert me from Mars, the full import that was very drug reaction seminar 3, to the serving fucking back, Sventene simulate, statuita, Sventene partiamo da te, istituti estero, finché te regoli si seminar 3, su stacio, ora ripito, oggi di cosa si carico, e tu su Mars, from Mars, su pensi, Maximo, ripito, Maximo, si just for slightly late, it's just only obviously, just included in 41 minutes. But, interesting to show serious attention me also very fortunate so I'm really angry. And that's we always see. E che fa? Si sono le mosse, fix afterward. Absolutely. As you it's many months, I think almost 1 years. I also sort of wanted to think like effectively on Friday, but this should be the time in the period. Aveva preso tu it one time, sono io c'è 4 sicuri paesi di tortini, c'è stato così, lì si things, e fra i non short, sono si chiese, si inizia a giocare poi, e mattinisi chiese, si inizia a giocare, e fra i saranno short, ma si chiese, si inizia a giocare poi, ma tu che batte il nostro anino, sono si chiese, doveva insieme also a Renault di shorts e fornizata nel biscuits era fornizata nel biscuits tra membri del composto del beef biscuits season finché tu non best fette best in types of biscuits era chocolate chip cookies o the cookies with the chips chocolate chocolate chips e infatti mi spiego questo fatto per come in particolare tra l'altro things le cui serie da Luisa questo one about milk fat new shots on events in the coffee ma Tolson Quick Chocolate fakka su una short fragment fine su una short e even if adesso rifinisce non so si chiese 11 months non so si chiese should be di the time the period vabbè lo so conto si chiese solamente non c'è che 3 su vabbè there was a moment quick se ti finisce now there is one second they brought it once again since most 85-86 days and also si chiese lo so conto di should be the time the period and so solamente non c'è che 3 su so I pattern insert ditto once again the milk very good news and within this also the fact think of the breakfast although this bomb is stupid in particolare me bomb il fatto che si last period si gioca lo so talking about Mastomonia obviously I'm really feeling for the first time so that period to tell me also che insieme a tutto Nicholas breakfast so always a me bomb the second thing is about CS and if there are due CS and a conata Italian CS mi sa che è position di video e cosa? Attraverso questa position for me era Bamma Italian CS fact was I drew a command motivo because they are really super bad sì, tomorrow si può fantasare perché non ti tomorrow tutto quello che leppe ma vuoi sì Peter Benefits of the Physical Analysis last thing for later and health account la season how better repeat two things fact sure will be a sublime session and sense fact it's impossible to be like this once again